Yo soy Silvia, mi esposo Arturo, y Medardo, que está ahí también, y somos el team Escobar Homes Team. So my name is Silvia, this is Arturo, and Medardo is on the screen, and we are the Escobar Homes Team. We work with Keller Williams, trabajamos con Keller Williams, y somos agentes de real estate, somos agentes de bienes raíces, we're real estate agents. Y tenemos ciertas pasiones, nos encanta ayudar a la gente, nos encanta nuestra comunidad, nos encanta servir a personas que necesitan ayuda, no solo en su hogar, pero todo lo que abarca después de que encuentran su casa o venden su casa. We have certain passions. One of them is, of course, finding your home or selling your home, but also everything that goes around that. And we have a passion for our community. We have a passion for families, and we love to serve people. So that's what we do. We have a workshop every Thursday, every third Thursday of the month. Tenemos talleres cada tercer jueves del mes. And again, usually one is in English and one is in Spanish. Y usualmente uno es en inglés y el otro es español. Today we're doing something a little bit different. Vamos a hacer un poquito diferente hoy. And Teresa is with the assessor's office of Cook County, and she is going to be presenting today. Teresa va a estar presentando para nosotros del condado de Cook, y va a estar interpretando Arturo al español, and Arturo will be interpreting in Spanish. Also, in the chat, we have Jennifer Sanchez, who is also from the assessor's office, who will be answering questions. If you have a question that you want to put in chat, she can answer that in chat while the presentation is going on. We will also have a Q&A afterward for you in case you have a question or that you would like Teresa to answer. Jennifer Sánchez está en el chat, y si usted tiene alguna pregunta durante la presentación, usted puede preguntarle ahí en el chat. Ella habla inglés y español, así que usted se lo puede hacerle la pregunta en español y ella se la puede contestar. So here we are, Teresa. We would like to give the rest of this time to you and Arturo. And thank you again for being here. I will go ahead and share this, and let's see, let me know if you can see that. Does that work?
Not yet. Okay. Perfect.
Awesome. Okay, great.
Okay, let me just move up because I don't have my glasses tonight, so thank you all. Okay, well, let's get started. There you go, much better. So I want to say thank you all to the Escobars. Thank you all for having us again here this evening. I am really the Cook County Assessor. He appreciates it, and our team as well. With me, as Silvia stated, is Michelle Rodini. We have Gail Towers. They all are in the chat, and my director, which is Jennifer Sanchez. So if you have a question before we get started, as we go along, please drop it in the chat. It is being monitored so that all the questions can be answered by the end of the presentation. Okay, so again, welcome. And if you're listening, hopefully you're sitting down at home somewhere in your office, and you're not driving in all that snow because it's pretty bad out there. Hopefully you're safe. And if not, we just want you to just listen. Don't try to look or anything at your phone, okay? So we're gonna get started. My name is Teresa Chandler. I'm with the Cook County Assessor's Office. Fritz Kagi is the Cook County Assessor. And so we're gonna provide some information for you. This information is very valuable. When I say valuable, at any time, if you like, take pictures with your phone, okay? Write your notes down, and we want you to share this information, all right? This is being videoed, and if you want a copy of this presentation, I'm sure we can provide a copy of this presentation to Silvia. So without further ado, let's get started. Property tax savings.
Teresa, can you give a pause so that Arturo can interpret
yes.
what you just said?
Yep.
I forgot everything.
Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay.
So Básicamente lo que Teresa está diciendo es que bienvenidos a todos. Vamos a proveer una información que es muy valorosa, que es muy importante para todos, porque puede servirnos a reducir o a bajar los impuestos de nuestras propiedades. Pueden tomar fotos de la información o podemos proveer en el futuro una copia de este video para que ustedes lo puedan tener en casa y al mismo tiempo verlo. Y va a haber también números donde pueden llamar, comunicarse con nosotros para poder continuar la conversación si es que tienen alguna pregunta en el futuro. Es un placer estar aquí con ustedes en esta noche fría.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Let me see. I'm trying to move this here. Oh, there you go.
Okay. So our agenda tonight is the responsibility of the assessor, property tax exemptions. Did I get my exemption and how to find out? Property tax exemption deadlines, mail from the Cook County Assessor's office, and our contact information.
Nuestra agenda esta noche tiene varios puntos. El primero es responsabilidades de la oficina de los asesores de taxes, las excepciones de los impuestos que nosotros pagamos, cuándo llega la correspondencia o el bill a su casa, las fechas límites para pedir las exenciones, y el contacto e información de cada una de las personas aquí envueltas hoy.
Now, what are the responsibilities of the Cook County Assessor, Fritz Katie? The Cook County Assessor does not set tax rates or levies. He does not decide how much your property tax bill will be. What the Cook County Assessor does is set fair and accurate values for over 1.8 million parcels throughout Cook County. Now, this is done on a mass appraisal and not on an individual basis. And this is the way that we put fairness into the entire process.
¿Cuáles son las responsabilidades de la oficina de taxes, de los impuestos? La oficina de impuestos no determina la cantidad que le llega a usted en su cuenta. Nosotros la oficina de asesores nada más manda la información a cada uno de ustedes. Esta información es muy importante de acuerdo a los precios y evaluaciones de sus propiedades. So,
okay. No, go ahead.
El único obligación de la oficina de asesores es determinar el valor de su propiedad para determinar los impuestos.
Great.
Basada en las comparaciones de casas o propiedades que se han vendido en el área.
Okay, Teresa.
Now, why are we here? We're here to talk about exemptions and the savings that our office has to offer.
¿Por qué estamos aquí? Estamos aquí para hablar de las oportunidades, de las excepciones que el Estado provee para cada uno de los propietarios.
There are 8 exemptions that we have to offer.
Hay varias exenciones, 8 que el condado ofrece.
So we have the homeowners exemption, the senior exemption, the senior freeze exemption, the persons with disability exemption, the veterans with disability exemption, the returning veterans exemption, the long-time homeowners exemption, and the home improvement exemption.
Aquí está la lista. Los propietarios, la primera es los propietarios que viven en su propiedad, el descuento para los ancianos mayores de cierta edad. También hay también hay otro que se llama el descuento para los ancianos que le congelan los impuestos, descuento para las personas con disabilities, veteranos con disability también tienen un descuento. los veteranos que regresan también tienen un descuento. Cuando usted vive por mucho tiempo en la propiedad, también hay un descuento. Y cuando hay mejoras en la propiedad, también hay descuento.
Now, the next portion of this presentation, is we're going to talk about the eligibility and also the requirements, okay?
La siguiente parte de esta presentación, vamos a hablar cómo usted califica para estas exenciones y también los requisitos.
All right. So, homeowners exemption. You must live in your house as of January the 1st of 2021 in order to qualify for this exemption. This year, this exemption will automatically renew if you had this exemption last year. Okay? Also, you must have a lease or a contract that make you responsible. So pretty much this must be your primary residence as of January the 1st of 2021.
La exención para los propietarios que viven en su casa tiene algunos requisitos. Uno de ellos, el más importante, es que usted haya comenzado a vivir en su propiedad desde enero 1 de 2021. Esta excepción califican todos los que viven en su propiedad desde esa fecha y que lo ocupan como su residencia primaria.
Now, if you had a house built from the ground up, this exemption will be prorated.
Si usted construyó su casa, la construyó nueva, esta excepción va a ser retrasada hasta, se va a comenzar desde atrás de que comenzó el proceso de la construcción.
Senior exemption. I don't see any seniors, but we're still going to talk about it. How about that?
Nice.
So,
Thank you.
you must be born in 1956 or prior. This must be your principal place of residence as well. All right. This year, this exemption will automatically renew as well. Newly qualified seniors, you must apply this year in early March. You will be applying online. Okay.
El descuento para los adultos califican las personas que nacieron en 1956 para atrás. Debe vivir en la propiedad, debe ser su propiedad, su residencia primaria. También, si usted ya tiene ese descuento automáticamente se va a seguir en vigor este año. Pero si usted entra a tener derecho a este descuento, tiene que aplicar en línea y la fecha límite es marzo de este año, marzo del 2022.
And remember, you must be 65, born in 1956 or prior. Not, I'll be 65 this year in 2022, but last year you must have been 65, okay? 65 years old.
Tiene que tener 65 años. O sea que no que voy a cumplir este año los 65, sino ya debe haber cumplido el año pasado los 65 años de edad para calificar para esta excepción.
The senior freeze exemption. So similar eligibilities, but you must have been born in 1956 or prior, so be a senior citizen. You have a total household gross income of no more than $65,000 in 2020. It must be your primary residence as of January the 1st, 2020 and January the 1st, 2021. Of course, you must be liable for the property tax payment, and this has to be your principal place of residence. This year, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, this exemption will automatically renew if you received the exemption last year.
Para frisarle o congelarle sus impuestos, toda persona que tiene el derecho a esta excepción debe haber nacido antes o en 1956. No debe tener ingresos anuales mayores de $65,000 por año en el 2020. Debe ser usted la persona responsable por pagar los impuestos y debe ser el dueño legal de la propiedad por lo menos en enero 1 de 2020 y hasta enero 1 de 2021. Debe ocupar la propiedad como su residencia primaria. Debe vivir en la propiedad.
And if you believe you qualify based on the eligibility, please apply the application link on our website in early March for the senior freeze exemption.
Si usted cree que califica, reúne los requisitos para calificar para esta excepción, puede aplicar en línea y en un enlace que se le puede proveer o le vamos a proveer.
Persons with disability exemption. You must have been disabled during the 2021 tax year and liable for the property taxes, of course. And this must be your principal place of residence. This year, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, this exemption will automatically renew.
Para las personas que califican para la exención de deshabilidad, debe haber estado deshabilitado durante el 2021. Debe ser dueño de su propiedad o ser responsable por los impuestos de esa propiedad. Debe haber sido residido en la propiedad por lo menos hasta enero de 2021. Y la anterior y esta excepción, este año debido al COVID, se van automáticamente a activar.
And all new applicants, again, if you're a new applicant, this is your first time homeowner, we encourage you to call our office and apply for your exemptions. I want to say one thing, all exemptions appear on your second installment tax bill.
Si usted califica para estas excepciones, por favor, llámenos a la oficina de asesores y aplicar.
Now, what I'm going to explain to you now, this exemption is like everyone thinks they qualify oftentimes because they say, I've been in my house for so long. And so let me just give you the requirements, all right? First, you must have lived in your house for 10 years. That's from January the 1st, 2011 to January the 1st, 2021. Total household income of $100,000 or less for the 2020 year. Now, here's where the catch comes in, okay? Pretty much. The property assessment must be so significant, it must exceed the maximum amount set by the state legislator. Now, that's between that 2011 year and the 2021 year. So if your assessed value dropped during that time, of course you would not be eligible, but no more than 2% of homeowners actually qualify.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we don't know your income, but based on the increase during that period, this is how we mail out applications to the ones that we believe qualify, that we know that qualify.
Para calificar para los dueños que viven en la propiedad de hace mucho tiempo, usted debe haber vivido en esa propiedad por lo menos 10 años, de enero 1 del 2011 a enero 1 del 2021. No ganar más de $100,000 por año y el valor que la oficina de asesores le da a su propiedad debe haber subido también. Si el valor de la oficina que le dio la oficina de asesores a su casa cayó, no califica. Un número reducido de personas califican para esta excepción.
If you qualify, we'll be mailing you an application in early spring, okay?
Si usted califica, le vamos a mandar una aplicación temprano en la primavera.
veteran with disability exemption. Now, there are certain requirements in order to meet the there's certain criteria that you must have to meet this exemption requirement. Number one, the main one is you must be service connected. You must have been injured in the war, not shoveling that snow like a month ago or a couple of weeks ago and you're a veteran. No, injured in the war, okay? Service connected, not city of Chicago connected, not Bellwood or the northern suburbs connected, service connected, okay? You must have 30% service connected to be certified. Also, you must have your DD 214 if this is your first time to apply, okay? And also, as I stated, this exemption, or I didn't say, but this exemption will automatically renew for next year, for this year, if you received it last year. Now, our percentage of disability is shown on the screen. You can take a picture of that. I won't go through all of that, the 30 to 49%. You get $2,500 off. That means your equalized assessed value, not your tax bill. The equalized assessed value, and I will show you where the equalized assessed value is on the tax bill. So I don't want you to say, no, Teresa Chandler says I'm going to receive $2,500 off my tax bill. No, off the equalized assessed value. And if you're 70% or greater service connected, you're exempted from paying the property taxes.
Para la excepción de los veteranos, las condiciones, una de las condiciones más necesaria es que ustedes, que su deshabilidad haya ocurrido mientras estaba sirviendo en su servicio militar. No pudo haberse lastimado en Chicago, por ejemplo, o en su trabajo normal. Tiene que haber estado deshabilitado durante prestaba el servicio militar. Y esa es una de las más importantes. Tiene que haber ocupado la propiedad también en el 2021 y puede tomarle una foto a esta página para cualquier información, porque no vamos a entrar en detalle acerca del porcentajes o la cantidad para que califica.
And please look on our website for a list of the criteria and the documentations that are required before you apply. It's very important that you definitely have your letter from the Veterans Administration with your percentage and also your DD 214 when you first apply.
Por favor, busque esta información en nuestra página para tener los documentos necesarios para ver si usted califica. Hay reglas que tenemos que seguir y llenar y por favor busque la información en nuestra página para ver si califica.
The returning veterans exemption. Now, this is actually returning from active war. Active war, not like World War II, okay? Active war. And I say World War II, I lost my dad's death certificate and it said on there, WW2. So my dad was in World War II. And I want to say one thing for sure before we go to the next slide. I want to thank all the veterans who have served in the United States and served our country. We appreciate all the work that you've done and it would never, never be forgotten. So to all the veterans now and in the prior, I want to thank you all for serving this country. So this exemption is for returning veterans for active war. And so, of course, you must live in your house as of January the 1st and be liable for the property taxes. This exemption must be applied annually and it will not automatically renew, of course, because we don't have wars like that. So, yes.
Antes de hablar de esta excepción, quiero agradecerles personalmente a todos los veteranos que han servido a su país, fuera o en el país. Estamos muy agradecidos y es una deuda que nunca podemos repagar. Las condiciones o requisitos para poder calificar para esta excepción es el regresar al país de una actividad de guerra. si usted estuvo en la guerra, en la Segunda Guerra Mundial o alguna otra situación, no califica. Debe estar viviendo en la propiedad y debe ser responsable por pagar los impuestos. Por favor, puede buscar más información en nuestra página también.
And last is our home improvement exemption. You must meet the following conditions. It must be a class 2 residence, and that means like a 1-story or 2-story, not a commercial property, anything like that. But this exemption allows homeowners to add improvement to their properties, such as remodeling, that increases their market value up to $75,000. Yes, this exemption will automatically renew. On our website, we have some of the, not just the criteria, but what it entails. Does it entail you adding a dormer or on a garage, things of that nature, or if you're just adding siding, or you just want a man cave. So these are things that if you're adding square footage, that's home improvement, okay? So this exemption will automatically be applied if you had it last year.
Bueno, esta excepción de las mejoras que usted puede hacer a su propiedad tiene también algunos requisitos. Tiene que ser una propiedad donde usted vive. Es una propiedad residencial. No puede ser las mejoras en una propiedad comercial de una casa familiar y donde usted viva en esa residencia. Pueden ser mejoras como, por ejemplo, agregar un dormitorios arriba, construir un garaje, o hacer mejoras que benefician a su propiedad, y el mayor descuento es hasta $75,000. No se puede pasar de eso.
And it's the 4 years. Someone asked how long is the home improvement? It's up to 4 years. So I want to say too, I know there's probably a lot of handy ladies, handy men around, and you want to add a second floor, or you want to have a place for your shoes to add extra square foot, but be careful because you want to pull a building permit. I remember one of my neighbors, they added some spiral stairs down the back, but they didn't pull a building permit. So it's very important that you pull a building permit for the improvement.
Algo muy importante es que cuando ustedes van a hacer estas mejoras para calificar para esta excepción, que saquen permiso con la ciudad para hacer estas mejoras para que esté registrado. Si usted lo hace sin permiso, no va a calificar.
So I'm going to ask that one of my co-workers put in the chat if they can find some of the, someone is just sitting in, how some of the, I guess these questions are coming up really fast, but if they go on our website and pull up what qualifies and what does not qualify, and if they can drop some of that in the chat.
Hold on.
So as I talked about, many of our exemptions will auto renew. This website is called the Cook County Property Tax Portal. Now, how can a landlord or homeowners see what exemptions they're applied for? You will go to this website. I just call it cookcountyinfo.com or Cook County Property Tax Info.
Esta página acá nos muestra para cuáles excepciones usted puede calificar. Puede entrar a nuestra página y buscar las que para la que usted califica y aplicar para ellas.
So,
también pueden ver si lo que usted ya aplicó se está renovando automáticamente, porque muchos de estos se han renovado automáticamente. No va a tener que aplicar otra vez por lo del COVID.
And I want to say you can have up to 4 exemptions. You can have a homeowners, a senior exemption, a senior freeze exemption, and a disabled person. So you can have 4 exemptions.
También quiero decirles que ustedes pueden tener un total de 4 excepciones. Puede tener el descuento por vivir en la propiedad, puede tener el descuento de 65 años o más, el descuento de congelar sus impuestos. El de disability puede tener un total de 4 excepciones en su propiedad.
And I want to say, this is just an example. So Silvia is 26 years old.
Vamos a decir
And
que
she's, Mhm.
este nada más es un ejemplo. Voy a decir que Silvia tiene 26 años de edad.
And Arturo is 65 years old.
You're right. Y Arturo tiene 65 años
And they're married.
y son casados.
So he has a beautiful young wife.
Eso tiene una bella mujer, esposa.
And so she wants to know if she can apply for the senior exemption.
Silvia quiere saber si puede aplicar para el descuento o la excepción de ancianos.
And she can because he's her husband and he's on the deed.
Y sí puede porque su esposo está en el título.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. So this is a second installment tax bill. Does anyone know, like, what color is normally the first installment bill? Can anyone does anyone know? It's normally blue, and the Cook County Treasurer's Office mails out the tax bills.
Can you repeat that again? I was looking at the bill when you were saying.
So I asked the question, what color is normally the first installment bill?
Este es un ejemplo de la cuenta de los impuestos que usted recibe en su casa. ¿Qué color normalmente es la primera cuenta que usted recibe?
And the reason why I'm showing the second installment bill
Este es la segunda cuenta que usted va a recibir durante el año. Y la razón por la que les estoy mostrando esta es
is because all of your exemptions appear on your second installment bill.
es porque todos los descuentos o excepciones que usted tiene en su propiedad solo aparecen en la segunda cuenta.
And I want to say, if you've never applied for your exemptions,
Y quiero decirles que si nunca han aplicado para estas excepciones,
because you didn't know,
porque no sabía,
we can go back
podemos regresar
and give you refund money
y regresarle el dinero que no había reclamado
to 2017.
hasta 2017.
So 2017, 18, 19, and 20.
Puede recibir dinero de regreso por el 2017, 18, 19 y 20.
Yes. So it's very important that you check your second installment tax bill.
So es muy importante que usted verifique la segunda cuenta que le llega todos los años de sus impuestos.
Because it should have a dollar amount where it says the exemptions that you're eligible for and apply for.
Porque debe mostrar la cantidad en dólares de las excepciones a las que usted tiene derecho.
So if you qualify for 3 exemptions or 4 exemptions, they all will be listed.
Si usted califica para 2, 3, 4 excepciones, todas van a estar listadas en su cuenta o van a aparecer en su cuenta.
So I'm going to stop here. If you received these exemptions last year, there's no need to reapply. So I'm going to go over it again. That's your homeowner's exemption, senior exemption, senior freeze exemption, the persons with disability exemption, the veterans with disability exemption. These exemptions will auto renew.
Quiero enfatizar en esta página acá, en esta foto, que estas son las excepciones que automáticamente se van a activar este año, que no tienen que aplicar.
Sí, aplicaron.
Si lo tienen ya, si lo tienen ya en su cuenta, ¿verdad? O sea que tenemos todas estas que son el descuento de vivir en su propiedad, el descuento por anciano, el cuando le congelan los impuestos por anciano, también el descuento de los veteranos, el descuento por disability y el descuento por los veteranos que regresan.
If you became a senior this year, you're born in 1956 or prior, or if this is your first time, the link will be on our website in early March for you to apply for your exemptions.
Si usted entró a la edad de 65 años o va a entrar a la edad de 65 años, entró a la edad de 65 años el año pasado, va a haber un enlace en nuestra página donde usted puede aplicar para estas excepciones.
And remember, we can only go back to 2017 to apply these refunds for the exemptions that you missed.
Recuerden, pueden nada más ir hasta el 2017 para aplicar para esas exenciones si no las aplicó antes.
So I'm going to stop here. My director, Jennifer Sanchez, is with me. She's going to talk about this QR code.
Yo voy a parar acá. Nuestra directora, Jennifer Sanchez, va a hablarles de esta siguiente información.
Buenas tardes a todos. Good afternoon. What you see before you is our QR code. If you have a cell phone, you may take that out and use your camera to scan that code. You will have a link that has our website as well as quick links to exemptions and certificates of error, which was all information that was discussed during our presentation. Si tiene un teléfono, puede sacar su cámara y apuntar hacia el código que ve en su pantalla. Ese código tendrá links para nuestra información en nuestro sitio web, incluyendo extensiones y certificados de error, que son todo lo que discutimos hoy en esta presentación. Si se conecta con nosotros en Facebook, ahí ponemos la información actual y también le podríamos ayudar. If you follow us on social media and connect with us on Facebook, we will be able to answer your questions via direct message. And also you're able to see the latest information. Our information and updates are always posted on social media. Thank you all.
Thank you, Jennifer. So many of you may receive a card similar to this or a letter. The Illinois legislature is allowing the Cook County Assessor, Fritz Katie's office, to automatically renew many of those property tax exemptions for 2021. Now, hundreds of thousands of households will receive this confirmations of auto renew. So if you had the exemptions, the homeowners, the seniors, senior freeze, disabled persons exemption, these exemptions will automatically renew. Now, on what property tax bill would your exemptions be shown? Can someone answer that question, please?
Si usted tiene algunas excepciones en su cuenta, le vamos a mandar por el correo esta información diciendo que esas excepciones se van automáticamente a renovar en este año. Ahora tengo una pregunta. ¿En cuál de sus cuentas anuales van a aparecer estas excepciones? ¿En cuál usted puede buscarla?
Thank you. So did anyone answer, when do you see your exemptions? Which bill, first or second? Do we have a person?
¿Alguien puede responder en cuál de las dos cuentas que la ciudad le manda o el condado le manda va usted a verificar cuáles son las excepciones que tiene en su propiedad o para cuáles puede calificar? ¿Cuál, la primera o la segunda cuenta?
Wonderful. I see second. That's correct. Oftentimes we get so many questions. I don't have my exemptions, but it's the first bill. It's on your second installment bill. So make sure you see a dollar amount on your second installment bill.
Es correcto. Es en la segunda cuenta que el condado le manda que usted puede verificar sus excepciones que están activas y cuánto es la cantidad que le están dando de descuento.
I'm going to stress to you how important it is for you to call your family members, your friends, your loved ones who are homeowners. Please share this information. You may say, well, they should know this, but there's so many people that we find that has never applied for their exemptions, and they're missing out on thousands and thousands of dollars of savings.
Quiero, con una manera enfatética, decirles que por favor, llamen a sus amigos, a sus familiares y les hablen de esta información. Ustedes no saben cuánta cantidad de gente, dueños de propiedades, no están tomando ventaja de estos ahorros que ustedes pueden tener en sus impuestos. Por favor, llámenles.
This is information that definitely should be shared. You can share this presentation on your social media, talk to your friends. If you have questions, we're here to help.
Por favor, no se olviden de informarles a sus amigos, a sus familiares de esta presentación. Puede inclusive compartir esta información en su página para que todos se enteren de las oportunidades que tienen para reducir sus impuestos y los ahorros que pueden tener.
So I'm going to ask Jenny to come back on again. Are you there, Jenny?
Hi, sorry, technical difficulties. Yes.
So can you talk about our last slide?
Yes. Hi, everybody. Well, with the QR code that we had, you would be able to connect with us on all of our social media. We are available to help you and assist you via social media. It will save you a trip to our downtown locations. You'll also be able to connect with us via our website. If you want to send an email or schedule an appointment, you will do so at cookcountyassessor.com. Aquí puede ver todas las cuentas que tenemos en internet. Nos puede contactar vía Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Si anota nuestra sitio página cookcountyassessor.com, puede mandarnos un correo electrónico y también hacer una cita. Muchas gracias.
Thank you for that again. So I believe that's the last slide. We can probably,
Ya
stop
esta es
sharing,
la
I guess.
última información. Si quieren, vamos a abrir para preguntas en estos momentos.
I see we had a lot of questions in the chat.
Veo
And
que hay muchas
before
preguntas en el
we
chat.
end or anything, we still have time to ask questions. Are there any questions that need to be answered or?
Si quieren, nada más, si tienen una pregunta, pueden poner su micrófono para hacer la pregunta.
Hello, I have a question. So I recently purchased a home for the first time, and I looked up the PIN number and details on the assessor's website, and I noticed that some of the characteristics are not accurate. They seem to be outdated. So I'm wondering, what can I do to have that corrected?
Oh, that's fine. So that's a great question too. So her characteristics are outdated and she wants to know how to correct them. Well, the way you would correct them is to file an appeal, okay? And you have to do this when your township is open. So it's very important that you know your township, okay? So when your township is open, we have a schedule and deadline date that you can file a 30-day window to get these characteristics modified. So you can only do it within that period. And so we can drop that in our link too as well, how to file an appeal about your characteristics as well. And it's on our website.
Okay, thank you.
Sure, thank you, Victoria. Any other questions?
¿Alguna otra pregunta? En español puede hacerla.
Did my coworkers answer all the questions?
I'm a veteran and I wanted to know what other documents I need, as well as for the senior exemption. We're also new homeowners, my mom and I. And so right now we only qualify for 2, but I do have my percentage letter, service connected. I do have my DD 214. What else would we need from my mom as a senior? And then anything additional as a veteran?
So either one of you all are gonna apply. So you have to consider, is it your mom or are you going to apply? So if your percentage is 30% or greater, remember to 49, you get $2,500 off your equalized assessed value. So it's based on you. If you're 70% or greater, remember, you're exempted from property taxes. Your mom and your income is combined income. So is your mom a senior? Is she born 1956 or prior?
Yeah, she qualifies from all the parameters that were discussed today. She's in her 70s, and I'm 40% service connected right now.
Okay,
We
so you're
moved in
40%.
a year ago.
Yeah, so you'll receive $2,500 off your equalized assessed value. Whereas your mom, she will receive a homeowners, she'll receive a senior, and she'll receive a senior freeze. Now, the senior freeze is designed to offset increases, not to say it's going to be frozen, but your equalized assessed value is frozen. So the more the value of your house, the more money you save. The lower value of your home, the less you save, okay? So it depends on you or your mom who will apply for the exemptions on that home. If I were you, I would make an appointment and talk to one of our representatives or either call our phone number. We can drop that in the chat box, and it's also on our PowerPoint presentation to see what is more advantageous for you or your mom to apply.
Okay, and I was told initially that I need to wait since we moved in last year, January 28th. They said, oh, you'll want to wait and everything. Basically, we're paying taxes from the last year's assessment. Is that right?
Right, so you're not paying this year's taxes in 22. You're paying for last year's taxes. That's correct. But by your mom being a senior, she can actually qualify for the homeowners and senior exemption. And also because you are a veteran, you can apply as well. Even though you wasn't in your home as of January the 1st, we could prorate that exemption. Like I said, it all depends on who's applying for the exemptions.
Okay, that sounds good. Should I have any documents for the phone call?
So no, you
make
don't
an
need
appointment?
it. You can actually, they our chat box, which documents that you need. For the veterans, you're going to need a letter from the Veterans Administration stating your percentage. You will need your DD 214 for sure. Those are two of the documents that you definitely need.
Right, as a veteran, we're well familiar with all those documents. Thank you so much for the chat.
And thank you for serving our country.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Yes. Are there any more questions? Well.
Sí, mi nombre es Fabiola. Tengo una pregunta. Mi esposo aplicó para la excepción de impuestos por veterano en enero del 2020. En el de marzo del 2020 falleció. El año pasado fue renovado automáticamente por cuestiones de COVID, pero la verdad es que no me acuerdo si me dijeron bien que yo tenía que aplicar como sobreviviente de veterano, como esposa. ¿Es así o no es así? Y si es así, ¿cómo lo tengo que hacer o qué debo hacer o qué debo presentar?
¿Podría repetir la pregunta y me da espacio para cambiarla en inglés?
Ok. Nuevamente, mi esposo aplicó la excepción de veteranos en enero del 2020.
My husband applied for the veterans exemption in January 2020.
Falleció en marzo del 2000 del mismo año.
And he died in March of the same year.
En el 2021 se renovó automáticamente por cuestiones de COVID.
In 2021, it renewed automatically because of the COVID situation.
Pero este año quiero saber si tengo yo que aplicar como esposa sobreviviente de veterano o lo dejo así porque se va a renovar automáticamente.
I want to know if I have to reapply as a wife survival wife for veterans exemption.
Yes, so I understood her question. She wants to know because her husband passed away. He was a disabled veteran. And so she's a surviving spouse. And she, because of COVID back in 2020, he passed away. And does it automatically renew this year, even though he passed away in 2020? Yes. But she also needs to let us know and provide the death certificate for her husband. So
Sí.
forthgoing, the exemption will be in her name.
Sí se va a renovar, pero tiene que proveernos el certificado de defunción de su esposo, pero se va a renovar automáticamente. Y usted tiene que reaplicar de esa manera.
Yes, so this year it will automatically renew.
Este año automáticamente se va a renovar.
The next year, she would definitely needs to provide her husband death certificate and her driver's license to show that they were married. Because we have to know that information.
Para el próximo año, usted tiene que proveernos la información del certificado de fallecimiento de su esposo y una copia de su licencia para comprobar toda esta información.
Ok, otra pregunta.
I have another question.
Ok, disculpe, con la misma situación. Cuando se renovó automáticamente el año anterior, me dijeron que para este año, en marzo, yo tenía que renovar ya como esposa. Pero ustedes me están diciendo que tengo que renovar en el siguiente año. ¿Me pueden aclarar un poquito eso, por favor?
I just want to clarify. Last year, I was told that I needed to apply this year to receive the exemption. But now you're telling me that I don't need to apply this year, but next year. Can you clarify that for me?
She said that he passed away in 2020.
Dice
Yes.
que falleció en el 2020.
Sí, falleció en marzo del 2020.
March 2020.
Oh, March of 2020. Okay, so she received the exemption in 2021.
Usted recibió entonces la excepción en el del 2021.
Así
So
es.
she would definitely have to apply because this is 2022.
Usted definitivamente tiene que aplicar porque ya estamos en el 2022.
And she must provide the death certificate and her identification.
Y tiene que proveernos el certificado de defunción de su esposo y una copia de su licencia de manejar.
Ok, una última pregunta con relación a esto y acabo.
Last one question.
Ok, yo refinancié mi propiedad el año anterior y en la propiedad tuve que sacar a mi esposo del título porque había fallecido. ¿No tiene nada que ver con lo que voy a hacer al momento de la aplicación para la excepción?
Last year, I refinanced and I had to take my husband out of the title. Will that change the situation now, or will I continue receiving the benefit?
It definitely may, because he's not there, he's not on title anymore. You know, and that does play a heavy part. She's gonna have to call down to our office and talk to one of the directors and taxpayer service representative. And we can drop that phone number in our chat because basically he's not on the deed anymore, pretty much. So.
Definitivamente eso puede ser una información que puede cambiar todo esto. Porque
And I tell her, because I want to say no to her right now, tell her to talk to one of the supervisors of taxpayer services.
por favor llame a nuestra oficina y hable con uno de los supervisores de los servicios para los impuestos para que él le pueda dar una información más apropiada y más correcta.
Yeah, because I don't think it should harm her. I don't think so, but I can't be certain to say it would, you know, because he passed away in 2020 and he was already a disabled vet. So it should continue forward.
No pienso que le va a afectar, pero es mejor que se asegure porque su esposo falleció y necesitamos asegurarnos que está todo bien.
Ok, muchas gracias.
Do you have someone who can speak in Spanish if someone here needs to call the office? Okay.
And that's a great question because our office is very diverse and we have many languages. So definitely, if you call our office and you want to speak to someone that speaks Espanol, definitely.
Okay.
Tenemos muchas personas que hablan diferentes lenguas en nuestra oficina y definitivamente tenemos personas que hablan en español por si nos quieren llamar y pedir a alguien que hable español.
And I want to stress to each and every one of you to please share this information, honestly, with everyone that you know that owns a home. I want to, before even further than that, before you all start dropping off the Zoom meeting, I want to thank the Escobars for really hosting this meeting, for having us here. The Cook County Assessor, Fritz Kagi, thank you all. I want to thank my team for being here, and thank you all for spending your time here with us. And if you have any questions that has not been resolved here tonight, or you forgot, or you want to think about something else, please email us or call our office, because we want to help you. And if we help you, you can help someone else, and we're helping all over the place, you know?
Quiero realmente enfatizar que por favor compartan esta información con sus familiares, amigos, porque es muy importante que ellos sepan, especialmente si no tienen este descuento, están perdiendo una oportunidad. Gracias a Escobar Homes Team por darnos la oportunidad de estar aquí con ustedes, y para proveerles más información pueden llamarnos a nuestra oficina. Estamos disponibles también.
Thank you, Teresa. We really appreciate you. Jennifer, thank you for weighing in as well and helping us with the information. Gracias a Teresa y a Jennifer por estar aquí y por ayudarnos con esta información. I would like to emphasize also that this is it's been recorded on our side. I think it's been recorded on Teresa's side. And so we are actually going to be sending this out to all of you who registered, and even people who weren't able to make it today, who also registered on the Zoom link. And so it'll be available for you to share it as you see a need. And as Teresa said, it's really important information that can really make a difference in people's budget, that can really make a difference in people's expenses. So please share it. Les quiero recordar que todas las personas que se registraron para esta clase, incluso las personas que no pudieron llegar, esto está grabado por el lado de nosotros, está grabado por el lado del condado. Entonces, ustedes todos que se registraron van a recibir una copia de esta grabación, y esperamos que ustedes lo compartan con todas las personas que puedan. Esa información que realmente puede ahorrarle a la gente mucho dinero, que ya quizás estén en aprietos, y la verdad que nunca es demasiado, ¿no? Poder ahorrar en los impuestos que tenemos y los gastos que tenemos. Así que muchas gracias por asistir. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for asking questions. You can continue to ask questions. There's the links for your information. And remember, Escobar Homes Team, Medardo, Arturo, and myself are here to serve you in any other needs that you have regarding your real estate needs, and any of the, and even contacting the county if you were not able to jot down the information. Recuerden que Arturo, Medardo y yo también estamos aquí para ayudarles en cualquier pregunta que tengan ustedes acerca de bienes raíces. E incluso si necesita conectarse con el condado, está teniendo dificultad, siéntanse libres de llamarnos con cualquier necesidad. Okay, thank you, Teresa. Thank you again, Jen.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having us.
Everyone who's still traveling, be safe. Tengan cuidado.
Be safe.
Casa.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Have a good
Thank
night.
you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.